Alright, y'all. Hope y'all know that in every single video that starts out with me, like without a shirt on, I usually don't have anything underneath either. I'm just wearing boxers right now. And yeah, I just thought y'all had to know. I don't know. I feel like every video I start out at home here is like me with just my boxers on. I don't know. It's a weird pattern. But today we caught a winning trade for 1500, hit the top step limit consistency rule today, which was pretty nice. And I was only able to do this because I stuck to my rules a few days ago, right? I had a huge loss, 1300, but I stuck to my rules. I only took two trades, took the loss on the chin, moved on. Yesterday was basically break even, made like 100 on the eval, came back today, and then 1500 on the eval. So we're back in the green, which is again encouraging, right? If I just stick and take my losses, come back a different day, I'll make this all back. Literally, that's how it works, right? 1300, no, well, not 1300, 1000 loss, 178 yesterday, come back, see a trade, 1500, we're back in the green, right? It's that simple. If I could just take a loss, that's exactly what I'm learning. So today we took the trade on NQ, and today was a little bit of a riskier trade. I'd say this was like a B plus setup, but we had a super clean market maker sell model. And then we also had we had three things here. And then the unicorn model ended up playing out, but I just entered before it because I mean I've seen this exact thing happen so many times, especially in the past week, bro. I mean, especially in the past, like the week was I seen this exact what is it, model or structure play out just to the upside, and today we got it to the downside. So I was able to recognize it and enter a little bit earlier. And so today the trade we took, well, let's first go over the bias. Well, today coming into the market, we were absolutely pumping. As soon as 9:30 opens, we're just heading higher, and so my draw was higher today. Um, I wanted to see the previous weekly highs get taken out, which it did, and then I marked out, yeah, previous weekly highs, which it got taken out, and then I marked out this 4 hour high just in case, like, but that's where price wanted to go and sweep this 4 hour high and then head lower. We also which was the Monday high, yeah, Monday's high, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Monday's high. Um, but no, price decided to take up that previous weekly high. We were just pumping, and of course, there's no structure here, so I don't take anything. Um, and then now, once we take out the previous weekly high, this is where I'm okay. We either gonna just continue ripping higher, or we're gonna potentially put in an SMT and then deliver lower, and that's exactly what we do. And NQ and ES, NQ takes this high, ES doesn't end up taking it, so we put in an internal SMT. This one got taken out. We put in an internal SMT, and I'm like, okay, now maybe we have a setup for shorts, right? So I'm checking the list off, and also we have a potential market maker sell model, a really nice one that ended up getting played out. So here's our original consolidation, and what this gives us, a market maker sell model, is context. It gives us reason for us to head down. It gives us reason for the banks to push money lower on a market maker sell model, or gives reason or institutionalized banks to push money higher, right? Because that's how the banks earn their money, through market maker sell models. As people are buying here, they're hedging, and then this is where the banks take their profit. So we're basically just trading with the banks when we recognize market maker models, which gives it, it makes it a lot easier, right? And so accumulation, distribution, and then we have our smart money reversal that ends up here, which is where I take my trade. Yeah, this becomes our smart money reversal, right? Let me just do a different color. Whoops. There we go. So that becomes a smart money reversal, and then we're trying to catch, or we basically caught the sell curve of this market mirror sell model, right? So SMT market mirror sell model, and then we're also in a macro. Um, yeah, 9:45 starts here, and then the macro ends at 10:15. So we entered within the macro. The only thing here was that we didn't have a full unicorn model played out just yet. It ended up playing out down here, but like I said, I saw this what is it, model play out, or structure, or this type of price action play out so many times in the previous week, where we get a a, a we get a fair value gap that's inversed with a volume candle, like aggressively. And then we also have an internal SMT, like I said, a bearish SMT. We also take out previous week highs, which is a large form of buy side liquidity. And then we also have a market maker sell model. So I had a lot of reason outside of just not seeing a unicorn model to not take this trade, to take this trade, and the unicorn model still ended up getting played out. All I did was, as soon as this 1 minute fair value gap gets inversed, I wait for the candle to close for confirmation, and then I enter off of that. There was some sort of a little bit of resistance, so it took a little bit of while for this trade to play out. But I just needed this 1 minute fair value gap to get inversed. Got tested a few times. Stop was above that SMT high. Got tested a few times. Once I ended up inversing it, my break even was at this 5 minute fair value gap zone here, because I didn't want us to just tap in a little bit lower, take out the sell side liquidity, and then just head higher. So my break even point was there, and then I think I trailed stops once we entered the 15-minute gap here, but obviously we just ended up pushing down even lower. And another big factor, like I think if you guys trade the PO 4 hour PO 3 candle, I think this was a perfect example of how that played out. I don't trade that, but today, if you guys traded today's price action, as soon as the 4 hour candle opened, that's when we took that previous week high, right? That's not We didn't take the previous week high like before the 4 hour candle opened. Like as soon as that 4 hour candle opens, we take that previous week high. And so maybe I can mark it out here. This starting here, this was all the manipulation wick for that 4 hour candle that we see here. See, look, you see that highlighted portion? That was a manipulation wick. And so for that, I mean, it's if you guys, I don't trade PO3, but I'm pretty sure it goes like you wait for the 4 hour candle to open, manipulation, um, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, something like that, right? But we manipulate that wick, we create that wick on the 4 hour, right? This is the manipulation, and then we head lower, which is the distribution phase. And so PO3, I think if you guys trade that, also played out today. But yeah, pretty clean setup here. Like I said, I give this like a B plus just because we didn't see that unicorn model fully play out yet. But yeah, today caught a winning trade. Can't complain. I'll come back tomorrow if we see a trade. A thing I have to work on for sure is I didn't really need to take the trade, the losses I took 2 days ago. So the next thing I definitely got to work on is just not trading for the day. Like I'll be good on picking out setups and knowing what I want to see, and I think I'm getting a lot better at just taking my losses. Now the next thing is just me not trading, and taking days off. That's literally just the next thing that I need to work on, and I think it'll be a lot better from there. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys learned something from this video, and I'll see you guys next time.